Hello everyone and welcome back to Agent Nagash's channel dedicated to Sigmar, and in this video we have got a 2000 point battle report of NIGHTHAUNT versus Kharadron Overlords. Very excited as this is my first time fighting as Kharadron Overlords and my first proper game with NIGHTHAUNT as well, so it'll be really interesting to see how well I do them against this brand new army for me to fight. So we'll explain what we've got in the armies. But first, I just want to say that Neil has been doing his best to paint up these models over the last week or so. So, you know, forgive him if there are a few just sprayed ones. He's done a very good job. And Neil, this is also your first game for a couple of years. Is that about right?
That's right, yeah. And the first game of using the whole Kharadron Overlords army, because in the past I just used the odd units as allies, so it's the first game.
Using it as like a coherent force, aren't you?
Yeah. So
with the Allegiance. So it'll be very interesting for both of us to see how well they do. I did fight against them once, but about 3 years ago when they first came out and the Count car was a thing. But anyway, okay, so deployment has been done. We are going to go through the NIGHTHAUNT stuff first, which is obviously commanded by myself. We will start with heroes. We have a Dreadblade Harrow here. He is going to be the general, and he is going to have the command trait of Cloak of Shadow for the -1 to hit from shooting, as I definitely need that in this game. We're then going to have a Guardian Soul there, the Lantern, and his spell is going to be Shade Mist. We've then got a Spirit Torment there, who is playing with Stormcast, and his artifact he's going to have is going to be Pendant of the Fell Wind for the extra movement. So those are the heroes, and we've got one more hero here before I forget about him, and he is going to be a Knight of Shrouds. Then we have, for battle line, we have got 2 blocks of 40 chain mass. We have then got 5 hex race over there. And then for other units, we have some allies, which are going to be 2 Morghast Harbingers here. I know they have the armour, so they look like the Archive, but that's how they look cooler. So they are Harbingers for the 3d6 charging. We then have 2 Bat Swarms to help with the shooting. Then in the Underworld, and with the rest of the units, we have got 10 Dreadscythe Harridans, we've got 4 Mirmon Banshees, a Morgul, and like I said, the Knight of Shrouds. Now, I am 1950 points here. I do actually have a command trait, and I have got a Triumph as well, so I do have the less points, and that is the reroll wounding once per game. So that is the army. It's essentially what I have painted up, plus some allies, so not probably the most competitive build, but it's going to be enough to give me enough experience to see in one game what the NIGHTHAUNT are like. So that is the NIGHTHAUNT, then moving on to the Kharadron Overlords. So what do we have for the Kharadron Overlords army then, Neil?
on this side we've got 2 gun haulers, an ironclad, 3 sky wardens, the Endrin Master in durable suit, and on the ironclad we have 5 thunderers.
Yep, push down here. And then what have we got on the other side of the board? So I can see 2 frigates, and what else do we have?
Yep, that's right, 2 frigates, and on each frigate we've got 10
Arcanaut Company?
Arcanaut Company.
That's it, no worries, we're all new here to the armies. And then going on with the rest of the Kharadron Overlords abilities, what have we got for your sub-allegiance?
Okay, so we're using Barracks on City of the Sun for our skyport.
Very nice.
The ironclad has got for its great Endrin works, it's got the last word. One of the gun haulers has got spar torpedo.
Do you know which one's got the spar torpedo out of these 2 here?
It's the one without the finished base.
Is it this one?
Yep.
Yep, cool, lovely, just so we know.
Okay.
And then the frigates, have they got any thing for them?
One of the frigates where we've got the small sort of mines on the base has got malefic sky mines.
Very nice. Cool. And then, is there anything else? What?
Yeah, the general, which is the Engine Master and durable suit, has got command trait of Bearer of the Iron Star, and his artifact power is a sped hammer.
Very nice. And obviously with things like spells on my half, and then command traits and artifacts and stuff, we will just get to them when they come relevant in the game. We won't explain what they will do because they may never actually do anything in this game. Right, okay, so with that, we are also, as you can probably tell by the battle plan for the objective markers, it is going to be focal points. So 5 objectives for this. As you can see, we've got these Honest Wargamer ones, so they look a bit funny, but essentially what they are is a radius, so we know easy enough to measure what is going to be in range of the objective, so there's no like anything complicated, especially when the game gets very tight for objective points. So with that, let us go on to battle round 1. And just quickly to say, before we actually go into the game, we have actually got a couple of battalions for the Kharadron Overlords. Just want to mention that, just so you guys are aware. So Neil, what do we have for your battalions?
Okay, for this gathering here, it's for the Grundstock Escort Wing.
Cool.
And the other group over here is for the Iron Sky Attack Squadron.
Nice, and like we say, we won't go into what they do now, we'll do it as the game goes on, or if you've got the battle plan you can read along, but that does give the Kharadron Overlords an extra 2 command points. And just to quickly mention as well, before the game start, we have obviously, of course, got auxiliary objectives. So I have got bait that I've put on the bat swarms, I've also got aggressor, and then Neil has got territorial, and he has got assassinate, and for assassinate, I will be putting that on the Dreadblade Harrow just over there. So just the last thing again to mention before we actually start the game is just want to quickly explain what the terrain is. So we are actually playing in the realm of beasts, so everything will have the deadly, but we have actually got extra terrain rules as well. So for this blood temple down here, we've got arcane. For these ruins over here, we have sinister. For this bone tithe nexus, we have mystical. For the other bone type nexus, we have arcane. For the green temple, we have mystical. For the spooky woods, we have arcane. And for the charnel throne, we have sinister. Now, I do just want to quickly mention, as we have got 2 bone type nexuses on the table, and the charnel throne, which are faction specific train pieces, they do not have the faction specific rules. They are just, in my eyes, lovely train pieces I wanted to have on the board, so don't worry about that. And I believe there's nothing else to forget about before we go into this game, but if we do, someone will probably let me know on the internet, so please, I am counting on you. So as the Kharadron Overlords finish deploying first with their many battalions, who is going to take the first turn, Neil, as you have a choice?
Myself, of course.
Yourself, so battle round 1 starting off with Kharadron Overlords at the top of the turn. So, what have you got to do in your hero phase?
Nothing this turn.
Nothing this turn? Okay, so it's very much all about moving and shooting for these Kharadron Overlords. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pause camera, move everything, and then come back after that is done. And that is movement done for the Kharadron Overlords turn 1. So, nothing ran or flew high or anything like that. They just slowly moved forward to do some shooting. And with that, we're going to be in a shooting phase. So what are you going to do first, Neil?
Okay, my hero is going to do his command ability of volley fire. So which means he gets to reroll hits of 1.
And who's he putting that on?
On himself.
On himself, cool.
The Grundstock Escort Wing are focusing fire on...
My Morgoth Harbingers.
Okay, now it's time to shoot everything.
It's time to shoot everything. What do you want to shoot with first?
I'll start with the Ironclad.
Ironclad. So this is going to be starting with going into the Morgoth Harbingers here, who, let's see if they can survive what is going to come their way. So the first round of attacks going into the Harbingers is going to be from the Ironclad. So what's the first attack we're going to be doing there, Neil?
He's using his Great Sky Cannon shrapnel shot. It's got a 24-inch range, so it's 6 attacks. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of the focus fire.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
So what have we got so far?
So, okay, so 2 missed.
So 2 missed.
Okay.
Cool.
Wounded on 3.
So that's making...
So that's 2 saves at -1. 2 damage apiece.
At -1. So for the Harbingers, that is going to give them a 5-up save. So let us see if we can do that. No. Damage D6, is it?
2 damage.
Oh, it's 2 damage.
So 4.
It's getting carried ahead. Okay, 4. I can deal with that. So 1 is not dead quite yet. We will put it on to this chap over here, I think. Cool. So, any other shooting for the ironclad?
Yeah, it's got A for shock torpedoes, so it's 24 inch, so it's 4 attacks, 4s and 3s, obviously re-rolling 1s, so yeah.
I'll take that.
Not so
More
good.
than happy with that. So 3s and 2s, happy days. And is that all the shooting for the ironclad? Or has he got anything else?
Everything else is not in range. Right, so now shooting are the Grundstock Thunderers, which are on board the ironclad.
All going into the Morgus Harbingers as well.
Yep, that's focus fire, so rerolls 1s to hit.
Yep.
They're using A for shot rifles, and the gunnery sergeant has a double-barreled rifle. So to hit, so they're looking for 3s to hit.
Not
Roll
too
the 1.
bad at all.
Yep, all hit.
Shit. Okay, what are we wounded on?
4s to wound.
4's to wound, okay. Better for me. Better for me. That's all that matters, really.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5 saves at -1.
5 saves at -1, so let us see what we can do. How much damage is this going to be, by the way?
1 a pop.
Oh, okay, I thought it was maybe 2, so that's fine. Save 1, so 4 have gone through, so that's going to kill one of them and leave just 1 more ghast on 2 wounds taken.
Okay, so we've got a Grundstock gun hauler. It's going to use his Sky Cannon shrapnel. With this, it's 18 range, D6 attacks, 5 attacks.
Yep.
So that's hitting on 3s, I get the focus fire to re-roll 1s, which is handy. Bah. Okay, wounding on 3s. Okay, that's 2 saves, -1 rend, 2 damage
2
apiece.
saves, -1 rend. 2 damage apiece. So we want, again, 5s. Can I actually get some saves this time? Nope. 2 damage apiece, so that is going to do 4 damage, which is going to kill this guy bang on. So the Morgos Harbingers are dead already.
Okay, the other gun hauler is going to fire his Sky Cannon shrapnel at the bats. So again, that's D6 attacks, 1.
1 attack. It's better this time.
So that's 3s and 3s. Nope,
Nope.
missed. That's
Nothing.
nothing.
Have we got anything else to attack with?
Sky Wardens.
What's the range on that?
The one with the volley gun, which is like a mini gun.
In the middle, that one?
Yeah, he's got 6 attacks for that.
6 attacks.
And that's 4s and 4s, -1, 1 damage apiece.
Okay. All going into the bats?
I've got pistols, haven't got draw launcher. Yeah, all into the bats.
Cool.
That'll be ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Sky Warden, the one with the volley gun, is going to use. He's got 6 attacks, so that's 4s and 4s.
There's a couple of fails there. 3,
Oh.
6 is doing anything by any chance?
No, it's -1 rend, 1 damage a pop.
Cool, so that is just straight up 3 damage onto the bats. They do not have a save.
Okay.
Cool.
Engine,
Was there the engine ruler? It's got any
engine
attack?
master, yeah.
Engine master even?
How far are the bats?
I'll take this
How
one.
far are they? No. Okay, the engine master is now going to shoot. He's got his durable suit weapon battery. It's 18-inch range, so it's 6 attacks at 3s and 3s. And because he used that command ability, he gets to reroll 1s to hit.
Cool.
Which is handy. Nope. Okay, 3s to wound. So that's 3 saves at -1, 1 damage as a piece.
3 saves at -1, 1 damage apiece. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why I'm saying that, because they don't get a save, of course, like I mentioned. So 5 wounds each, so the last one remaining is going to sustain 1 wound, and this guy's dead. And is there any more shooting for over here? Nope, so we're going straight over to these frigates. So then with the 2 frigates over here, they're going to go into these hex wraiths. So let's see what we're going to go with. They're going to fire separately or all together now?
I'll do them together because they're going to both fire their heavy sky cannon shrapnel shots. So a d6 attacks each.
Yep.
So 5.
5 attacks.
Okay. So they're hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s.
So 1 fail wound, so it's going to be
2 damage apiece, and it is normally -1 rem, but you ignore that.
I'll ignore that because I'm special and I'm a ghost. So we need to get 4s here. We really need to get 4s. Oh my.
4 damage.
4 damage. So it's going to be 2 of these dead. So we're going to take these 2 away. We're kind of like a bit of luck there. But no matter. Have I got any other shooting?
Yeah.
So then we have the Archanaut Company in this ship. The Light Sky Hook is going to attack the Hex Wraiths. So what are the attacks like then now?
It's 1 attack, it's 4s and 3s, -2 d3 damage. And it's failed.
Lovely. Don't want to take any more casualties this turn. So with that, that is the end of shooting. There is no charging for the Kharadron Overlords. There is no combat, obviously, and there is no battle shock. So with that, it's going to come to the end of Kharadron Overlords turn 1, and for claim objectives, they have got their 2 in their territory, and they're going to get 3 points because they've got 1 of each of them, so that's 2, and then they've got a behemoth here that's going to score an additional 1, which is a new thing in the new General's Handbook 2020. So with that, it's going to go into Nighthaunt turn 1. So turn 1 for the Nighthaunt, there's not too much to do, to be honest, in this one as of yet. So what we're going to do is just going to cast a spell from the Guardian of Souls, and he is going to do a Mystic Shield onto the Spirit Torment, which is the guy with the locks. So we cast that, Neil can't unbind that, so that gets off. So the Spirit Torment has got a Mystic Shield. And with that, that's the hero phase for the Nighthaunt done, best I can remember. So we're going to go on to the movement phase, and then we'll come back when everything has moved. So that is Nighthaunt turn 1 movement done. So actually quite a bit's happened, to be fair. So all of these guys have moved up essentially to take objectives. We then have everything from the Underworlds popped up. So we have the Mirmon Banshees over here popped up to take this objective away from Kharadron Overlords, which we'll get to later. And then we've had our Dreadsire Paladins pop up here to swamp that objective. The Knight of Shrouds, and then the Mongol as well has turned up as well to try and do some charging. So we're going to, with that, because obviously there's no shooting for the Nighthaunt, so we're going to try and charge in the Mongol firstly. Let's see what he can get. So he got a 9, so we know he can make it because he deploys 9 inches away, so you can finish half an inch away from the enemy thing. So he can make that charge. So just going to do a little bit of measuring, then we'll come back. So we did charge in the Mongol there to attack the little boat, the gun hauler. So at the start of the combat phase, that's going to be the only charging we're going to do. Neil's going to drop some bombs. So how's this going to work now?
Okay, I got on all my ships. I got bomb racks for the gun hauler. At the start of the combat phase, you can pick 1 enemy unit within 1 of this model, roll a dice on a 4-up. They suffer D3 mortal wounds. So here goes. Yay!
So D3.
1.
For 1. So try and get the 9-1 death save for 6. So yep, that is saved. So I will ignore that. I'm going to do the, still at the start of the combat phase, I'm going to do the I think it's called All Attacks it. The command point is going to be spent from the Night Shroud to make the Mongol reroll 1s to hit. So with the Mongol, he is making 8 attacks, hitting on 3s against the gun hauler. Rerolling those 1s, yeah, that's quite good. So I made 1 of those. Take away the misses. So we've got 2 6s here. That's straight up going to do 4 mortal wounds instead of normal damage. And then the 3s to wound. So we got 2. So 4 mortal wounds in total, and then 2 saves at -1, I believe.
Okay, so make it 2 saves at 5 up.
Cool.
No.
So 4. So that's going to be a total of 8 damage to that little gun hauler.
I know what I've got to do.
What's that?
I was going to use A for gold, free save to reroll. Okay.
Okay. Next time. Okay, so with that, we're going to attack with a gun hauler. So, like we say, the gun hauler is going to be attacking the Mongol. So, what have we got then, Neil?
They've got boarding weapons, so it's 4 attacks, hitting and wounding on 4.
Okay. So 1.
And he fails.
And he fails. Cool. So that is going to be nothing, and that is going to be the end of combat. So, because nothing else is in combat at all, so then that's going to bring us to Battle Shock, which is non-existent, and then going on to the end of the battle round. It will be in the end of turn 1 for NIGHTHAUNT. So with the end of the battle round there, we've got the objective points for the NIGHTHAUNT. So NIGHTHAUNT on very well, and they managed to capture all the objectives with all my many models. So what we're going to get is we're going to get 4 here, and because this is focal points, you get 3 if you control the opposite ones, like we can see here. But because I also have a behemoth there, my monster, that's going to get me an extra one, so that's 4. We have 6 for here, because that's the centre one, because that's an extra 2, so that's 6. And then we gain another 3 over here. So that is going to put us on 9. So the objective as of are 3 to 9 in the NIGHTHAUNT's favour. Right, so going into battle round 2. Now I'm feeling like the Kharadraron Overlords really need this to snipe off a few small units taking these objectives. So let's see what we're going to get. So a 2 and a 5. Yes. So the Kharadraron Overlords have definitely got this. So Neil's going to have a little think what he's going to do in the hero phase and movement, and then we'll get back. With battle round 2 kicking off with Kharadraron Overlords. Turn 2, what are we going to do first then, Neil?
I have a footnote called Show Them Your Still, which shows once per game. I can take a unit that's garrisoned on the ship, and they can come out of the garrison.
Cool. So what are we going to use on?
The Thunderers.
Thunderers, so in the Ironclad?
Yep.
Yep. So we're going to pause for a second, just set them up, and we'll get back to it. So the Thunderers have came out of their ship here, and just outside of 3 inches of that Mongol. So what we're going to do now is that's the end of the hero phase. We're going to do movement, and then we'll get back to it to see what's moved in the Kharadraron Overlords. And that's the Kharadraron Overlords moving. So as you can see, a lot of things flew high. So we've got the frigates that have came round here, but obviously we had one of them drop off, these Kharadraron Overlords. For here, the Archanaut Company, we had these guys leave, apart from also those Thunderers there, and they came round here to be facing down these chain brass hordes, and that was the movement phase for Kharadraron Overlords turn 2. So we're going to pause it now, think about what's going to shoot, and then we'll get back.
Okay, beginning of the shooting phase, the Endrin Master Durable Suit is using volley fire command ability on himself, so that's re-rolling hits. The
Ironclad?
Okay, the Ironclad's going to use its share of ether gold, so to re-roll hits, so inspired.
Yep.
Take that away.
The big ship here.
The battalion focus fire is going to be on this giant lump of chain rasps.
These 40.
So that's re-rolling 1s to hit.
Cool. Right. And with that, the Ironclad will attack first. Just one thing to say is that he will be -1 to hit from these bat swarms over here being a pain in the arse. So, his attack's going into the chain rasp.
Okay, so Sky Cannon, shrapnel shots. So normally it's 3, so it'll be 4s now because of the bats to hit. Re-rolling fails because of the ether gold.
Good thing you reroll those fails. 4. I'll say that.
Okay, freeze to wound. No. Okay,
No freeze wound. Cool. Acceptable.
we got Aether Shock Torpedoes. That's 4 attacks.
The -1 to hit.
Yep, so 5s to hit. Re-rolling.
So, got 1.
1.
That's the 1.
Freeze to wound. Yep, so it's -1, D3 damage.
So, 5 up save.
Right.
D3.
2.
So, death save these ghosts. Saved 1. So, 1 will die.
Okay, now we've got Aether Shock Carbines. So it's 8 attacks, so normally 3, so it'd be 4s to hit. Re-rolling. That's
At least you put those rerolls on.
Yeah, I'm really glad
So
it is.
it's really bad. That's still pretty bad, but at least it's better than it was before.
Okay, so freeze to wound.
Yeah. So 2.
So it would be -1, 2 damage apiece.
So 5s. So fail both of those, so that'll be 4 death saves. It's 2 damage apiece. So I saved 2 of those luckily, so they take 2 more. So they've taken 3 so far. Have you got any more attacks with them?
Not with the Ironclad, but the others.
Cool, no worries. So I'll take away the casualties and then we'll get back to the other shooting. And then as this gun hauler had to fly away from the Mongol, can't attack, so we'll be attacking with this gun hauler. So what have we got now?
It's D6 attacks.
Yeah.
With its Sky Cannon. 2 attacks, so freeze to hit. Re-roll in 1s.
Not really wrong with these ones. Not the best shooting.
Freeze to wound. Okay, yeah.
Who's got that?
-1, 2 damage.
That's 1, 2 damage, so the 5 up for the chain rasps. Failed, 2 damage, so 2 death saves. Failed both, so they take 2 so far.
Okay, Aether Shock Carbine. So it's 2 attacks, 3s and 4s.
What was that?
Nope. That's rubbish.
Is that all of his shots?
For that, the gun hauler.
Yeah.
Okay, so Engine Master to start with, he's going to use his Gaze of Grungni. So it's 1 attack at the back, so he'll be forced to hit.
Is that the -1?
Yeah, they would be 3s normally.
Got ya.
So forced to hit. Nope. And the we get, no, it's re-roll 1s. Okay, Aether Cannon. So it's 1 attack, he's going to shoot at the bat as well. Normally 3, so it'd be forced to hit. Nope. Okay, he's Durable Suit, which is 6 attacks. He's going to do it at the bat as well, because the bat's getting really annoying.
Yep.
So it would be freeze. It now obviously forced to hit, freeze to wound. Re-rolling 1s. That's a pain, that would have been quite good.
It is pretty bad.
Freeze to wound. Yep, at -1, 1 damage apiece.
So that just does 2 damage because he gets no save.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
Is that all of his attacks?
For him, yep. Right, Sky Wands now. So the Aethermatic Volley Gun. So the guy that's got the small minigun. So it's normally 4s to hit, now 5s because of the bat. So the chain rasp, so 5s re-rolling 1s.
Not too bad. Got 3 of them.
Right. 4s to wound.
Got that 1 4 there.
Right. 4s to wound. Yeah, all wounded. -1, 1 damage.
That's 1 damage. So saved 1, deathless, saved.
If normally 3 to hit, so it'd be 5s to hit them. And 4s to wound. -1, 1 damage.
Cool.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Yep, worries. Okay, so the guns stop thunderers now using Aether Shock rifles. So
We're attacking the Dreadsword Harridans over there.
yep,
They're -2 to hit, just quickly say from the bats one -1 and -1 from the Mongol.
Okay, so it'll be 5s to hit.
A few 6s. That's not too bad to be fair.
No. Just get these out of the way. To wound, 4s to wound.
Force the wound, lay you down.
So that's -1, 1 damage.
So 4 ups. So fail both of them. Deathless. Fail both of them, so 2 of them will die. We're just going to take away these 2. Yep.
Okay, so the Arknaut Company are going to shoot with their privateer pistols. It's 2 attacks each. Okay, so normally it's 4s to hit, but because they're within 9 of an objective, they get their Glory Seekers, so it's +1 to hit. So now it's 3s to hit, 4s to wound. This is at the Banshees.
Yep. Not too shabby.
No.
Doing better than your big ships. Funny enough.
4s to wound. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 5 saves, no rend, 1 damage.
Okay, so 5 4-ups. So I failed 2. Did you say just 1 damage each?
Yeah.
So that's 2 damage so far, but they've got special weapons, haven't they? So what we got next?
Okay, so we got Aphomatic Volley Gun. So it's 6 attacks. Normally it's 5, so 4s to hit now.
So is that
2.
2? Not so good.
Okay, 3s to wound. Oh, sorry, 4s to wound. 1. That's -1, 1 damage.
-1, 1 damage. So 4. So save that. So is that all the...
Nope, still more.
So 1, cool. See if the unit was still alive.
Okay, we've got the Light Sky Hook, which is 1 attack, so it's now 3s to hit. Nope, that would have been nice to get. Okay, and last of all, we've got the company captain that's got a volley pistol, so he gets 3 attacks.
Yep.
So normally 4, so 3s to hit now. 2, that's nice. 4s to wound. 1 wound, 1 damage, no rend.
Saved. So all the attacks.
For them, yes.
Cool. So that's going to do 2 damage. Take away this one and this one.
Frigate. Okay, both frigates I'm going to do their hit rolls at once because they've got the same weapons. So I'm going to use the heavy sky cannon shrapnel shots at the hero.
The Dreadblade Harrow? This one?
Yep. Okay, so it's D6 attacks on each one. 9, that's nice.
Very good. So they can make up for the lack of shooting from the bigger ships.
Okay, normally it's 3s up to hit, but there's some modifiers.
Yeah, so we've got the command trait, which is like the Cloak of Shadows, I believe it's called. Said it earlier, and then the Lookout Sir, he's getting from the chain raft, so -2, so 5s.
2.
2. I'll take that.
Okay, 3s to wound.
Yep.
Both wounded.
Both
-1 rend, 2 damage a pop.
Okay, let's see if we can get... Fail both of them. So damage was...
4 damage.
In total.
2 per dice, yeah.
Got it. So let's just try and do death saves. So saves 1, so he takes 3 damage. Is there any more attacks from them going into him?
Yep. Okay, both frigates are now firing at Aether Shot carbines. So that's 4 attacks each one. And shooting at...
Yeah, the extras.
Okay, so it's 3s to hit. What's it with me and 1s?
Yeah, that's not right to roll that.
3s to wound. Yay, -1, 2 damage apiece.
Okay, so let's see if they can save against this time. So they save 2. So
2
they
damage.
get death. So let's see. So 1 damage they take.
Okay. Okay, also on one of the frigates I've got Arknaut Company on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the Arknaut Company on board the frigate is going to fire a thematic volley gun, so that's 6 attacks, 5s to hit, 4s to wound. So that's 2 hits, 4s to wound, 1 wound, -1 rend, 1 damage.
Failed. How much damage?
1 damage.
1 damage. Who's this on against?
The horse guys.
Horse guys. Failed. So that's going to kill this next wave.
Okay, right. Now I've got a light skyhook, so it's 4s to hit, 3s to win against the same target.
Yep.
Nope. Okay. And that's it for the Arknaut Company.
So at the end of that, that is going to be shooting for turn 2 of the Kharadron Overlords. If I'm honest, and I think Neil will agree with me, they could have done a lot more damage, but let's see if we can do some stuff in combat, as we are actually going to get a charge now from the Kharadron Overlords. Hopefully from this Arknaut Company to finish off these Mirmon Banshees. So you can charge 3 to 6 of these, can't you, Neil?
Yeah,
So
it's part of the battalion. When they leave the ship, they can charge 3d6.
Nice, so let's see if they're going to get it. So that is going to be a 7.
7.
Yep, they've got that charge. And we are actually going to make one more charge for Kharadron Overlord, so it's going to be this gun hauler over here. So what is he going to get to charge?
So it needs a 9 for the chain rasps.
And he gets a 10.
Yeah, meet.
Definitely get himself in there.
Okay, I have an engine works on that gun hauler, which is called the Depth Settler style torpedo. It's once per battle. On the first charge it makes, on the roll of a 2 up, it does d6 mortal wounds.
Nice, so let's see if you're going to get it. Just
3 mortal wounds.
3. Got better that way around. So I'm going to try and save it with Deathless. So I saved 1. So we will take 2 mortal wounds over here. So Kharadron Overlord's turn to start the combat phase. So the Arknaut Company over here piled in to attack the Mirmon Banshees. So what are their attacks going to be then?
Okay, so the captain with his Arknaut cutter's got 1 attack. It's because the Glorious Seeker gets +1 to hit, so it'll be 3s to hit, 4s to wound.
I'll save it there now.
Okay, so we've got gun butts, that'll be 6 gun butt attacks. So it'll be now 3s to hit rather than 4.
Yep. Not so good there either.
Okay, 5s to wound. 2 wounds, no rend, 1 damage.
Enough to kill them. So let's see what they will get. And it's enough to kill them.
Yeah.
So that is the Mirmon Banshees dead. Also, just to say, because the generals haven't attacked yet, it hasn't really affected anything, the little gun hauler has got the bomb racks that drop at the start of the combat phase, so we'll quickly do that now.
Okay, so on a 4 up, the unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. No.
Nope, so it didn't affect anyway. Okay, so I'm going to attack with the chain rust, and I'll pile an attack with them, and well, I'll pile in, and then we'll get back to the attacks. So attacking with the chain rust against the gun hauler. So we are going to have 30 attacks. So these are going to be hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s. So doing these 1s to reroll. All the 1s, yep, cool. So 4s. Okay, so take away the fails. There'll be a few of them. Not too bad though. Cool. That's all of them that I can see. And then going to wounding. So they get +1 to wound for being within range of that Guardian of Souls there. And then they get to reroll 1s to wound because they've got more than 10 in their unit. So trying to pick up all these dice without dropping them. So wounding on 3, rerolling 1s. A lot of 2s there. Got 1 there. So taking away the 2s. So that will be a total of 5, 10, 11 saves for that gun holder to make. Let's see how well you can save. So what's he saving on? 4, is it, I imagine?
Any round?
No rental.
Yeah, it's saving on a 4 up.
Do you want to just... So 11 saves.
Okay, I'm going to use this ether gold share to, so you can re-roll all fail saves.
Yeah, might be a good idea.
Oh no, wrong one.
So this one down there. Where is he?
There.
There he is. Might need that.
So 11 wasn't it? 4,
Yeah.
6, 8, 10, then roll on 1. So 4 ups re-rolling.
I'm guessing you got those rerolls.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll do that last one in a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so
2, that's a lot better.
that's 2. Now for the other. Re-roll him. No, so
So 3 damage.
there's 3, is it?
Yeah, like 3 in total because you failed 3, didn't you?
Yep.
Definitely worth using that reroll there.
Okay, so we've got boarding weapons for the gun hauler. So it's 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s, no round 1 damage. Okay, that's good. 3 hit.
Mm-hmm.
4s to wound, nothing.
Nothing. Good and then bad. And with that, that is the end of combat. Because everything that has been in combat has fought or has died. So then going on to battle shock. So the only ones that can fail it here are going to be the chain brass. Now, because of they get +3 because to their bravery because there's 30 or more of them. Then -1 bravery from the sinister and 7 died on a 6. 1 will run away, and that is a risk that I am willing to take. No, it's a collection of dice there, and that was definitely a 5. That one. So they are fine. So with that, we are going to go into objective points. So the Kharadraron Overlords have got 1 objective this round, and it is going to be that one over there. So we are going to be on 9-4 in favour of the NIGHTHAUNTs. So going into NIGHTHAUNT turn 2 hero phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to do Spectral Lure onto these chain rasps here to try and bring some back. So this spell is going to go off on a 6, I believe. So it's a 6. Let me just double check to make sure that is right. Yep. So he's going to pick these chain rasp units to bring D6 back to that unit for 3 chain rasps to come back. So we're just going to put these guys just here. And with that, that is going to be the hero phase for NIGHTHAUNT turn 2. So I'm going to do the movement and then we'll get back. And that is NIGHTHAUNT turn 2 movement. So all we did is we just turned around the Dreadside Harridans to charge these Arcanaut Company, hopefully. We've got the Night Shroud and the Mongol nicely lined up there to try and charge those Thunderers. And we did a little bit of shifting around here, but that is it. And we are going to go into charging. So first things first, we're going to try and charge the Dreadside Harridans. So they get it on a 6, so I'm going to charge them and we'll get back. Then last couple of charges is going to be the Mongol and Night Shroud, so we'll do the Mongol first. So he makes it on a 5, so he's just going to go like that. And then the Night Shrouds makes it on a 5 as well, so he is just going to go in like there. So the combat phase starts with turn 2 NIGHTHAUNT. Firstly, what's going to happen is some bombs are going to be dropped by the gun hauler over here. So let's see what we're going to get.
Okay, 4 up. Yep, does D3 mortal wounds. 2.
For 2 mortal wounds. So for these chain rasps, we are going to roll 2 dice, of course, and try and get the death list. So we save 1. I will definitely take that. And we'll take away this one over here. bloody falling over. So the Dreads of Harradrons are attacking first. For all their attacks, now they are going to be hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. So they are going. You don't make minuses to hit or anything, do you? No chance. No, cool. So taking away the misses. A few 6s here. I'd quite like those to wound. Okay. So then wounding on 3s. So we have got not too bad. So what's that going to be? That's going to be 8 ones at -1 rend 1 damage and 1 at -1 rend 2 damage.
2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, they're going to use their share of ether gold to re-roll the saves.
Fair enough. So we'll be saving on 5s, re-rolling.
That's -1, wasn't it? Did you say?
-1, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
So you got 1, 2 damage and then 8 that'll do.
If I do the 8 first, so
cool.
So 5's up, re-rolling.
Yeah, no re-rolls.
Okay.
What's damage there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage.
And then the 2 damage one.
Same round.
Yeah, -1.
5's saved.
Cool.
So 6 damage. Okay, the Gunstock Thunderers are piled in, and 4 of them are going to attack the Night Shrouds and 1 on the Mongol. So I'm going to do the Drill Bill on the Night Shrouds first. That's D3 attacks. 1.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like a bit of scenery there.
So 4's to hit, 4's to wound. Nope. Okay, now we've got gun butts for all 4 of them.
Also, just remember your -1, obviously, with the Mongol.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's fine, didn't do anything the other one, but Mongols are a pain in the arse.
So 5's to hit now then with the gun butts.
So 1.
4's to wound. Nope. Now the other one on the Mongol thingy. His gun butt. Very good. That's 5 then. Yep, hit. 4's to wound.
No. Hope and then let down. Checking with these chainmails here, so we've got 30 attacks. So again, hitting on 4s. We are going to reroll 1s because of the Spirit Torment is luckily torturing that Stormcast to death to be able to help out these chainmails. Okay, so hitting on 4s, taking away the misses. Okay, and then I believe that's everything. And then wounding on 3s because the +1 from the Guardian of Souls. Rerolling 1s because there's more than 20. Oh, there's 1s, got a few, it's good. 3s, cool. Okay, so you're going to have to try and save your gun hauler's little life here because they have got, what's that, 10? They've got 14 saves to make. So it only needs to take half of these to die.
No 2 apart. Any rend?
No rental.
Okay, gun hauler.
4 up, 4
Yep. Let's just take out the ones he actually did save.
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 got through. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's
Black Hawk
exploded.
down. So attacking with the Argonaut Company, or what is left of them over here, they are going to be -1 to hit, but they also get +1 to hit for the like Treasure Hunter or Glory Seeker from the objective. So what attacks have we got now?
Okay, so we got the Argonaut Cutter. So 4's to hit, 4's to wound. Hit, yep. 4's to wound. Nope. Okay, we got Two gun butts. So that's 4s and 5s. Hey!
Yes.
5s, 1. No rend, 1 damage.
Save on 4s. Saved.
Okay, now we've got a Sky Pike, which is 2 attacks, 4s and 4s. 1 hit, 4s to wound. No.
And that is it from there. So then attack on the Mongol against the Thunderers. So, air attacks, hit or freeze. So 2 mortal wounds straight away. And then 4 saves for them to make at -1.
2 mortal wounds, is it?
2 more wounds, and then 4 saves to make at -1.
Okay, so that'd be 5 up. 2 save, 2 hit.
So that's 4 damage from those 2.
4 damage. Okay, cool. That one.
Cool, and with that, I'll attack with the Night Shrouds, because you haven't got anything else to attack with, have you?
No.
So I'll just quickly remind myself of the Night Shrouds, what his attacks are like. So, cool. So with his sword, or stolen hours, he has got 4 attacks. Obviously going into the Thunderers. On a 3 to hit. On a 3 to wound. So that's 3 of them at -1, 2 damage.
It's okay, 5 ups. 1 got through.
So 2 damage. And then the horsey, 4 attacks. That's it. That's all the attacks. And that is the end of the combat phase. So some battle shock to do, we'll figure that out and then we'll come back.
Thing, do we?
No.
So if whatever I roll is what goes.
So this is for the Argonaut Company.
Yep. So 2 go.
So 2. Well, they lost 6, didn't they? And they're bravery 5.
Yeah.
So 1 goes anyway. So that'll be 3 that go. Because if they're bravery 5 and they lost 6 already.
Okay.
And then over here for your Thunderer,
Bravery 7.
-1, so bravery 6.
-4, so 3 up. Is
He goes, isn't he?
yeah, he's gone.
He's got another 3 up. Cool. And for myself for battle shock, I'm okay because I haven't lost enough. So at the end of battle round 2, I'm going to get another 9 points. So that is going to put the score on 18-4. So me and Neil have decided to call the game there, just because it will be practically impossible for him to try and overtake on the points. But what I will say is that it's been a bloody good game, especially for myself to get used to seeing what the Nighthaunt do on the table and playing Kharadraron Overlords the first time, and for Neil as well for having his first game for a couple of years. And I think he did pretty well considering he hadn't been playing for a long time. His head was definitely in the game, and especially with a Kharadraron Overlord army, that's not an easy pick-up army when you haven't been playing for a while. So although you had a pretty rough shooting phase, Neil, did you enjoy the game? First game for a while?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely
Just burn the dice down, buy more ones.
burn the dice down. Yeah. The funny story is I actually sold those Stormcast dice to Neil not long ago. But they were sync tracked though, so I couldn't curse them. But I do have an aura of bad luck, I've been told. So maybe they seeped in. Maybe I've got some sealed Nighthaunt dice, so I might have to see what they're like next time because I bought them at the same time. But anyway, so it's been enjoyably fun, and I think we both learned a lot from this game. And it's, although we're calling it quite early, it's been quite nice not finishing a game at midnight like last time. So we enjoyed the game for longer, shall we say. And yeah, so with that narrative, the Kharadraron Overlords were unable to unlock the treasures of the Isles in the Sky to be able to plunder its secrets, and the Nighthaunt have protected it. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching this. Of course, if you made any mistakes, anything like that, let us know down below. If there's anything you'd like to see in future battle reports as well, that'd be cool to know down below. Thank you very much for your support. Like, subscribe and all that sort of thing if you enjoyed it. A massive shout out to my patrons. And remember, until next time, Nagash is all and all is one in Nagash.